Hello, Matriman. You're watching Northeast Express on HornbillTV. The arrival of the President of India in Manipur today triggered renewed outrage and constitutional questions from internally displaced persons, IDPs and civil society groups. Even as thousands participated in a mass rally at Lamboy Kongnam, Imphal West, demanding immediate action on resettlement. Addressing the rally, Kokomi spokesperson Atoba said the president's visit carries deep significance for a state where fundamental rights remain suspended for lakhs of citizens. The rally coincided with the submission of a memorandum of reminder to the governor and chief secretary, highlighting that only 21 days remain before the government's on December deadline for completing IDP's resettlement. The memorandum recalled the state's assurance of 3rd of July 2025, noting that despite the passage of 11 days since the government's latest reiteration, no concrete plan or progress has been communicated to displaced families. It warned that ongoing highway restrictions, checkpoints and unresolved security corridors have effectively curbed the fundamental rights to free movement, deepening the humanitarian crisis. Amid rising public frustration, Atoba announced a major escalation of Kokomi's agitation. The protest rally concluded with fresh calls for the governor, state government and the visiting president to uphold constitutional guarantees and ensure dignified resettlement of all displaced families within the promised December deadline.
And today is a very significant day because the President of India has just arrived in the state, in the trouble-torn state of Manipur. And as we all know that our IDPs are languishing under a very deplorable condition in relief camps for over 2.5 years. And with the arrival of the President, Honorable President of India, she being the head of the Constitution, she being the head of the state to guarantee the fundamental rights to each and every single citizen of the country, we demand during his stay in the state of Manipur, we want to ask some questions that is it really that the Constitution of India prevails in the state of Manipur? Whether the fundamental rights of the citizen of the state as well as the IDPs have been guaranteed? Can she reassures to all the citizens of the state that the constitutional guarantees as a bona fide citizen of the country, our right to home, our right to return to home, our right to life and properties, our right to free movement, all these fundamental rights which have been suspended for over 2.5 years in the name of this crisis, during her arrival in the state of Manipur, whether she will be able to guarantee to us that all this violation or the suspension of the constitutional obligations as well as the fundamental rights of the people of Manipur shall be restored, shall be returned back. Will we be able to live with our fundamental rights with dignity? These are the pressing questions to the visiting Honorable President of India. And starting today, we are going to take our relay sit-in protest to the next level. From today onwards, we are going to start spending nights with our unfortunate IDPs who have been languishing in a very deplorable condition in several relief camps in the state. And our team of Kokomi, including our women leaders, will be spending night to experience the hardship, the pain and the sufferings they have been going through. And all this hardship and pain and sufferings shall be conveyed to the people of the state that we should join the IDP in the relief camp and we should press the current administration to fulfill their promise which they have assured to the people of Manipur. And today marks the beginning of our second phase of agitation above this relay sit-in protest, that we will start spending nights at relief camps.
There were any chances of meeting the president?
No, till that we haven't have any program to meet with her.
So is there any plan to submit a memorandum regarding this issue?
Not to the president, but we have already submitted our reminder representation to the Honorable Governor as well as Chief Secretary as our daily rituals.
In one of the worst episodes of targeted destructions reported this year, the Liangmai Naga Council Manipur (LNCM) has alleged that Liangmai Marenme village was systematically devastated with over 370 houses wiped out, livestock looted and property worth ₹6 crore destroyed in a coordinated attack carried out earlier this month. Following an on-ground assessment on December 7, the Working Committee LNCM confirmed that villagers were not just displaced but forcibly rounded up, manhandled and beaten mercilessly, including women, before being driven out of their homes. The council has accused miscreants allegedly acting under the command of Achan, former EO of the Maramtangal CAA GPRN, of orchestrating the violence. The displaced families are now confined to refugee camps with no possibility of returning to the village as the Christmas season approaches, a time the council described as symbolic of peace but now overshadowed by fear and loss. Calling the situation intolerable and legally untenable, LNCM issued a sharp warning against attempts to alter land ownership or normal culture through intimidation and force. It stressed that every hill, river and mountain in the Naga Hills belong to its respective community under customary and legal rights, and that no individual or armed groups has the mandate to seize land and will. The council demanded immediate recognition and restoration of rightful ownership for the massive destruction inflicted on the villagers and strict adherence to customary law and lawful processes to prevent further unilateral aggression. The statement concludes with a pledge that the council and Liangmai leaders will pursue justice without compromise until the displaced villagers of Marenmai are safely restored to their homeland. A vehicle carrying daily wage laborers from Assam's Tinsukia reportedly plunged into a gorge in Arunachal Pradesh's Anjao, killing at least 21 of them. 13 bodies have been recovered so far. Reports say that the vehicle lost control while navigating the hilly route and fell into the deep gorge. Officials said that a steep landscape has slowed down retrieval efforts, but teams are continuing to look for survivors and the remaining victims. Meanwhile, initial reports say the force of the fall has caused extensive damage to the vehicle, complicating the rescue process. Two houses were completely gutted to ashes in a massive fire that broke out 1 p.m. on Tuesday at Tangwe area of Ukhrul town, causing heavy loss of property. Eyewitnesses said thick billows of smoke were first noticed rising from a wooden house, following which an LPG cylinder exploded, triggering a fierce blaze that quickly engulfed the neighboring house. The owner of the wooden house, Miranda Simra, stated that the fire was sparked by a short circuit, completely gutting 3 rooms of her house. She said property worth approximately rupees 12 to 14 lakh, including a television, laptop, furniture, clothes and gold ornaments, was completely destroyed in the inferno. The second house owner, Kasemi Pazang, said that 4 rooms on the first floor of his house were also reduced to cinders. According to him, furniture, clothes and other valuables along with cash amounting to 30,000 were burned to ashes. The fire was brought under control due to timely arrival of the fire brigade personnel of the Assam Rifles and the active participation of the local youth, preventing further spread of destruction. Sources said a formal report of the incident has been submitted at the Ukhrul police station and further assessment of damages is underway. Professor Dr. Mary Kim Haukip, a professor in the Linguistics Department of Assam University, Silchar, AUS, has been presented with the Rising Women of India Award by the Friendship Forum of India, based in New Delhi, in recognition of her outstanding contributions to the field of education. By conferring this prestigious award, the organization has described Professor Haukip as a talented individual whose work has had a significant impact on the country's education sector. Her dedicated efforts in improving educational standards and empowering various sections of society through knowledge has been particularly praised. The Friendship Forum of India is an organization that has been recognizing exceptional leadership and service in various fields across the country. By receiving this award, Professor Mary Kim Haukip has now joined the list of distinguished individuals who have made important contributions to the nation's development. The honor further highlighted the role of educators and the importance of shaping society through knowledge.
Hi, good morning. I am Dr. Mary Kim Haukip, the head of the department, Assam University, Silchar, Linguistics Department. I have been offered this award by Friendship Forum of India. The title of the award is Rising Women of India Award for my work, my contribution in the field of linguistics, for the works that I have been doing in the languages of Northeast India. And I feel very happy and privileged to be chosen to get this award, and it is an honor not just to me but to my subject and to the department that I'm serving and to the university that is my university, that is Assam University, Silchar.
Manipur reeled under a near total shutdown on Thursday as the two-day ban called by the Coordination Committee (CORCOM) coincided with President Draupadi Murmu's visit to the state. The president landed at Imphal International Airport around 1 p.m. and proceeded directly to Raj Bhavan, where she is expected to hold interactions with internally displaced persons (IDPs) and meet state authorities as part of her scheduled engagements. Despite a high-profile visit, the ban impact was unmistakable. The entire stretch from the airport to Raj Bhavan remained shuttered and deserted, with shops, roadside vendors and commercial establishments closed under heavy security restrictions along the VIP convoy route. In the heart of the capital, Khwairamphan, Ketal, Manipur's iconic women-run market was completely shut. Pauna Bazaar and Tangal Bazaar also remained closed, contributing to the near-total shutdown across Imphal. Public transport largely stayed off the road and inter-district mobility remained limited. After engagements at Raj Bhavan, President Murmu is scheduled to grace a polo event at the historic Mapal Kadchaipang Polo Ground. Later in the evening, she will attend a program at the City Convention Centre, also under heightened security arrangements. CORCOM, which called a statewide ban to boycott the president's visit, accused the central government of overlooking the political grievances of the people amid the ongoing ethnic conflict. The shutdown will continue until December 12. A tragic incident unfolded on Wednesday when 5 individuals who went for a Bhakti Snan near the Bhakti Kutir ISKCON temple in Karguli, Guwahati on Wednesday were five swept away in the Brahmaputra river, and the missing people are still not found. The missing persons, identified as Upesh Kumar, Sagar Gautam Pratap, Raunak Chadak and Abhijit, were part of a group that also included 2 foreign travellers. They had gone to the river bank near Bhakti Kutir temple at Karguli for a swim when the tragedy struck. NDRF and SDRF teams launched an extensive search operation soon after the incident. According to the sources, 9 people had gone together to bath in the Brahmaputra river. 4 returned from the Brahmaputra, while 5 others could not return. Speaking to the media, an NDRF official said that they are patrolling near Umananda temple, around 3 kilometers from this location. The challenge is that although the surface seems calm, the underwater current is extremely strong. If a victim sinks, the body may drift with the flow.
गाइड भाई यहाँ पे डूबे हैं, कहाँ पे डूबे हैं वो बताने वाला यहाँ पे कोई नहीं था। मेरी पोजीशन तो यहाँ पे किसी लोकल के द्वारा दिया गया था। वो लोकल भी यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट नहीं था जिस नंबर से हमें कॉल रिसीव हुआ था। लेकिन हम अपनी ओर से हमारी 4 बोटें लगातार घूम रही हैं। यहाँ से लेकर लगभग 2 किलोमीटर उमानंदा टेम्पल तक लगातार हमारी बोट जो है राउंड लगा रही है। और हमारे और भी जो बोट के अलावा जो हमारे कार्मिक हैं, जो एनडीआरएफ के कार्मिक हैं, रेस्क्यूअर्स हैं, वो पूरा किनारे किनारे भी राउंड लगा रहे हैं कि कहीं भी किसी तरह का कोई साक्ष्य मिले, एविडेंस मिले तो हम वहाँ पे और भी एक्टिवेट करें अपने आप को, रिसोर्सेज को। लेकिन तब तक हमारी 4 बोट जो है लेडी ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर में लगी हुई है कि कहीं से यहाँ से अगर कोई विक्टिम है यहाँ से बहते हुए कुछ और आगे तक भी जाने की संभावना हो सकती है, उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए वो 2 किलोमीटर से 3 किलोमीटर उमानंदा टेम्पल तक, जो यहाँ से लगभग 3 किलोमीटर के आसपास पड़ता है, वहाँ तक लगातार जो है अपने जो हमारी बोट है वो राउंड लगा रही है।
अभी ये ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, इस सिचुएशन में कितना टाइम लगता है अगर कुछ अनफॉर्चुनेट हो जाए?
ये चूंकि बाहर से अभी पानी कम दिख रहा है ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर में, लेकिन पानी का नीचे जो है लेवल, नीचे ग्राउंड लेवल पे फ्लो बहुत तेज है। और जब कोई भी विक्टिम नीचे अगर डूबा है तो वो नीचे डूबने के साथ साथ उसका फ्लो चलता जाएगा आगे। लेकिन कहाँ पे एग्जैक्ट लोकेशन है वो भी हमें किसी ने अभी तक आइडेंटिफाई नहीं किया है कि यही एग्जैक्ट लोकेशन है जहाँ पे वो जो भी सस्पेक्टेड जो है विक्टिम वो यहाँ पे पार कर रहे थे या वहाँ पे नहा रहे थे, वहाँ पे उन्होंने डूबा है। तो हम एक एज्यूम करते हुए क्योंकि सामान हमारे पास यही मिला हुआ है, यहाँ पे सामान 5-6 लोगों का सामान है, हो सकता है कि उसमें कुछ भाग गए हों या कुछ उसमें डूबे हुए हों। एग्जैक्ट कितनी संख्या थी वो भी हमें संख्या जो है अभी पता नहीं है। लेकिन यहाँ के लोकल्स अभी जो बता के चले गए हैं पुलिस वाले जो, और एक और जो लोकल्स थे यहाँ पे, उन्होंने बताया कि लगभग 9 लोग थे और उसमें से 4 या 5 जो है मिसिंग है शायद, और 4 जो वापस चले गए हैं। तो अभी तक जब तक वहाँ से जिनके साथ ये हादसा हुआ है, जो पूरा ग्रुप था, उसमें से कोई भी कार्मिक जब तक यहाँ पे आके हमें पूरी सच्चाई से पूरा एक एक करके पूरी सच्चाई नहीं बताता है, तब तक हम केवल अंदाज लगा सकते हैं। जो अनुमान जो हमको सूचना मिली है उस आधार पे हम कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
The Liangmai Naga Council Eastern Zone and LNCEZ has issued a strongly worded communique expressing profound shock and deep indignation over the report establishment of an unlawful Kuki militant camp at Karamvaipai village, which it asserts lies within the ancestral domain of the Naga people, calling the development a deliberate provocation and a threat to the very existence of the Naga community. The council accused the state government of and Indian security forces of allowing the construction of the alleged camps openly under their watch. It questioned the government's commitment to earlier assurances given through the Foothills Naga Coordination Committee (FNCC), which has suspended its agitation after an appeal by the governor. The LNCEZ warned that if the government fails to immediately dismantle the alleged militant structures, Naga bodies would be compelled to take necessary measures to remove them. The communique further stated that any unauthorized Kuki settlement within Naga ancestral territory established without their consent of indigenous landowners would be identified as and evicted without negotiation. The council also alleged that Kuki refugees and militant groups were misusing Naga land as a shield for drug trafficking, arms smuggling and other illicit activities, claiming such networks had flourished under the watch of both the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Manipur government. As part of regular inspections conducted by the Reboy Police under the leadership of Superintendent of Police V.S. Rathore, police personnel on Wednesday night carried out an extensive vehicle checking drive targeting traffic rule violations. Numerous vehicles with tinted windows, drunk drivers, those not wearing seat belts and other offenders were stopped at the Painihar checkpoint. Even an Assam police vehicle using fog lights without permission was issued a challan, while some army-tagged private vehicles were detained for misuse of army stickers. Certain government vehicles were also penalized for violating traffic rules. During this inspection drive, the vehicle of opposition MLA from Rajapala and AITC leader Mizan Nur Raman Kazi was also stopped. As a gesture of cooperation, the MLA stepped out of the vehicle and expressed appreciation for the Reboy police for their dedication efforts to maintain safety on the highways. While the inspection was underway, State Minister and Jirang MLA Sosana Sotang also arrived at the spot. He halted his journey, stepped out of the vehicle and personally commended the Reboy police for commendable work they are doing. The minister urged all motorists, whether from within Meghalaya or outside, to strictly follow traffic rules laid down by the traffic branch, including refraining from driving under the influence of alcohol to prevent avoidable accidents also. Furthermore, Sotang noted that due to the sustained efforts of the Reboy police, road accidents have significantly decreased on major highways. He also encouraged the police personnel, particularly the SP and the DSP traffic in charge, to continue their proactive duty to ensure safety and smooth movement for all the commuters on the busy roads.
Ada bidai bagi kali di Bomya di kali nanta bidai checking di driver di dan teng di driver kata nya jadi kali kalau ke teng kata ketinya hormor di kali buat polisian dan di nongnya kali ke hadian bakila depan mat dan bandi di buat dan ya kali dan tak tahu bah hadian pelami pun ki aksiden ki bang lagi pun sin kita ki aksiden ke national highway pada kini ke isu hak baro di concern ke jong mi baro tung ki nong nilam ki nong mat lada ba isu serkal pada nakalian Chief Minister, nakalian Minister in charge police by election buat nasobanar hero yang Superintendent of Police from the Reboy District pada ke Police Department di Guwahati kemadai lembak ke Hindu tiap dodem kejunti Sintia kejunti pada kai kebangai ini hak pengawan hamero internet nomor ba nakalian di polis tiba personal tiba cek clinically in dia kita takor ke burung ikran kita takor ke burung bat pensuhu iki bat bagi dapun sai ki ba kimdai ban le kerki lane banyak umur kali pada hadian ba kartu kene tayo kartu kene panai ni ba hadian ba lagon kene ka checking ngele iba kadon ka kata ka result ka babha akaba i ka accidental case kala duna ba hakne ka national highway bat kalong ka ek ba internet ya ka jisim kia kejong ka police department nado lidu jong ka district superintendent of police baki borok di staff police personnel basin ya ka senjam ban check man kapur bat ni ki yang deki kenta benyang ban check kamde ka bas penong benyang deki kenta benyang ban check iki kali bat kalong kali ki check iki kali kalong ka awareness kajin pensai saki nongnya kali saki ba ya iki kali baba ki kalong ba husiar ki ba pikir ba baginya iki kali kenang ba kanum don kan ka accident hadian hubur bat ngasuban ay ke jiro sa sisin ya ka jing trash tom kiti bat nga terpadu ya i ngalayo ni kan BSP tepat iki ba kene ke checking kadai belong regular checking nang ba ki pajba ki banyak kali ketika nyong nak nyak kali ba kindon ni kata jing perkat lupa lade ba bidai panle ek ba phan nak ta hamaki ya je kali bidinya ekali hadal ti ke babek ba bidai banyak ekali daka kata ka jing pengat bamdon kono ka jing di buat namang ngili ba kidon ki case ke ba lalap bagi pun ki driver ki hadian bagi ladap mat ladap di kesenya ekali batai nanta kala bendon ki jinja hagi accident ki ba mereka national.
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.